Hi, welcome in. This is After Sunset Sunday. I'm Tammy, I'm the Siberian Wind, and if you're new to my channel, I'm glad you're here. And if you are not and you've been a subscriber for over 5 minutes, you can chat in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you stopped in. I appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that like and thumbs up for me. That really helps. So tonight we are going to work on some binding and we're going to have some chit chat. It's going to be one of those kinds of nights. It's going to be low key. Tomorrow is Labor Day. What are you doing for Labor Day? Please let me know in the chat. What are you doing for Labor Day? Hey, Molina, welcome in. You are my first one in tonight. Glad you are here. Thank you. Thank you. What are you working on tonight and what are you working on this weekend? Or actually, what are you working on tomorrow? Let's see, Linda and Judy, welcome in. Linda says, sewing rows of the bricks and stones together to make another top. I have to wait for parts to come in for the long arm. Oh my gosh, I'd hate that. Yes, you are first, Melina, you are. And hey, Patricia, welcome in. Glad you're here. So I want to hear about everybody's Labor Day plans. I gotta hear. Hey, Lana! Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Long time. Long time. So what are your Labor Day plans? Are you gonna take it easy? Are you going to work on extra quilting projects? Because you can, because you got the time off, because school is out. You know, what are you doing with your Labor Day? Judy says she's gonna long arm tomorrow. She's been making zippered bags today for her cruise. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I'm probably gonna be long arming tomorrow too. Hey, Nana, welcome in. Nothing until grandson goes home. Hopefully October. Oh, that'd be exciting for him to go home. That's exciting, Melina. Lots and lots of good wishes that he is coming home in October. Lots and lots of good wishes. I am binding. I've had this quilt sitting, waiting to be bound since I did the mass binding of, a couple months ago in July. I have had this quilt sitting, waiting to be bound. This is one of two. The other one is up on my ironing table here. So if I happen to get done with this one, we'll pull that one out and we'll get going on it. They're both Quilts of Valor. They both really need to be awarded soon, and I haven't done anything with them. So it's time to bind. I did get a quilt back on the frame. I have had my frame empty for weeks, since before the state fair. So I've had my frame empty since beginning of August, and I have not put anything back on it. So it has a quilt on it now. It's one that I had to rip rows out of. Hey, Carrie, welcome in. Linda says when she was born, Labor Day fell on her birthday, so she's taking this week to celebrate. Hubby's taking me on a date, and kids are taking me to lunch, but this week I'm quilting my little heart out. I love that idea. I love it, love it, love it. You know, we're going to have Sew and Tell on my birthday. Not September, but October. So we're going to have some fun in October. Just saying. Just saying. And I did tally up for anybody who's been following the saga of me being behind on things. Hey, Dre, welcome in. Oh, yes. Nightbot reminds us, don't forget to send your super chats to enter in the next super chat giveaway. We're hoping to go for October 14th, guys. So let's see if we can make that goal. So the where was I going? Where was I going with that? I'm so distractible. I'm so distractible. And Nightbot's reminding us, hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please hitting that subscribe button. It's free. Hey, Joan, welcome in. She says hi, team, and everyone else that's here tonight doing a scarecrow plastic canvas. Found it the other day. Been a long time since I've done this. I think I got it shortly after grandson was born. He's 19. Oh my gosh. I have not done a plastic canvas in I don't know how long. That's kind of exciting. It's really nice to go back and visit some older crafts that we haven't done in forever, isn't it? It's just, it warms your heart to be able to work on them. Oh, I love that. So what else? Okay, so we know what Linda's doing. She's going to be quilting her heart out this week. And we know that Judy's going to long arm tomorrow. Melina's not doing anything until the grandson comes home, hopefully in October. What is everyone else doing on their Labor Day holiday? Or do you still have tomorrow off? I guess I should ask that. Are you off of work tomorrow for the holiday? It kind of plays into whether or not you can do anything, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Oh, yay, Melina, you now have a raffle ticket for the next Super Chat giveaway. Hopefully that will be October 14th. That is my goal. That is what I'm hoping to hit. So we're going to see. We're going to see if we can get there. Mainly got to have shipping money. That's what it boils down to, shipping money. So yeah, I finally got the quilt back on the frame. I've got to re-quilt about 6 or 7 rows on the quilt. And so I loaded it one way, and it was the top of the quilt closest to the take-up rail that was messed up. So now that is the section at the bottom end. So I put that towards the bottom end. I had to flip the whole quilt around after ripping all 6 or 7 rows or whatever. I had to rip a whole bunch of that quilt out. When I took my machine in to have it serviced, and it came back not working correctly. Oh, absolutely, Carrie. She says she needs to go, falling asleep. Have fun, everyone. Please don't forget to hit that like button, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And sleep well. Sleep well with your hoards, with your borders. Hey, Pam, welcome in. Glad you're here. Glad you made it. And I am trying to keep it down. We still have company. They fly out Tuesday. Hey, Joyce, welcome in. Glad you made it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So tomorrow I am going to be hopefully long arming. I want to get that quilt done and get another one loaded. I have one that I'm thinking I'm going to be loading up there, but I'm not sure. I have like 4 that I need to get quilted that are high priority quilts. And I need to get one finished. It's not finished. And it needs to be long-armed soon. Hey, Laura, welcome in. Glad you're here. Today is, oh my gosh, I forgot what today is, other than the fact that it's the last day of the month. Let's see, what is today? Today is National Matchmaker Day. National Matchmaker Day. That's not super exciting for me. I can't play matchmaker. I can't match people up. It just doesn't work. Yay! Laura has another raffle ticket for the Super Chat giveaway. Fantastic. Hey, Rayanne, welcome in. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Okay, so now we hit 8:05, so we're 5 minutes in. So I have got a good question for you guys. And this is going to sound really odd, so you got to hear me out. Yay! Joyce is also entering that Super Chat raffle. Yay! You have a raffle ticket now, Joyce. Thank you. Okay. The way that, okay. I don't know how I'm going to phrase it. Okay, think of school. Think of going back to school. And you know how kids would come in with the dog ate my homework? What's the dog ate my homework kind of thing that you've heard in the quilting world? Like, what excuse has someone given you that sounds very much like the dog ate my homework, whether it was real or not? What's that excuse? I gotta hear. Joan is hopefully getting 3 bags finished so she can get them to her daughter. They are sold. Then that is exciting. Then hopefully this week she can get back. Shop hopping in Illinois, had to work last 2 weeks. Ouch. Yeah, that is a bummer. Work is work. Work is always work. Work is our friend because it affords us the luxury of buying fabric, but work is work. Work is not the greatest. Not the greatest. And what I am doing, guys, in case you're wondering, every time I pull one of these magic clips off of where I've already got them, I am clipping them to the end so that I have them already ready going further down. So I'm not having to use as many wonder clips. I didn't have to go sit out on the patio and go clip this for, 30 minutes. I really should have, but I was doing other things like clearing off my cutting table. It is still not cleared off, but I'm trying. Hey, Jacqueline, welcome in. Welcome in. So, guys, those who entered the Sew and Tell, I did tally that up. So everyone who has entered the last 4 months already has, I think, 26 entries. 25 or 26 or something like that. It's like crazy high number. So I'm looking to blow that out of the water these next 2 months. I think we're really going to do it here in October. I really think we are. But I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see. And I do have it on my calendar to check my email before I do this Sew and Tell. That way I don't miss Jones 2 months in a row. But I did count you for last month, Joan. So you'll have some bonus entries this month. That's how we're going to do it. It's going to be bonus entries this month. But you'll get them for... I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We're going to work on it. We're going to get there. Oh, so yeah, what's the dog ate my homework excuse you've heard in the quilting world? Whether it was a long armor getting back to you, hey Cynthia, glad you're here. Glad you made it back over here. I know I'm so early in the evening for you still. Oh, guys, I have been cooped up by myself and with just Paladin all day. I'm loving the fact that you guys are here. Hey, Ellen. Oh, you're not late. You are not late. After sunset Sundays is never a late time. Now, I mean, you can go back and rewatch what you missed if you want, but you're not late. You're not late. So welcome in. Glad you're here. Now, Tuesdays, I tend to go over things and not want to go back over them 3 or 4 times. So Tuesdays, you can technically be a little like, hey, Linda, she is relaxing after the craft show today. 1 more day to go. Oh my gosh. You are working this Labor Day weekend. You are working hard this Labor Day weekend. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm not asking you to tell me how much, but how are things going at the craft show? No, I gotta ask. You'll do that. Oh, fantastic, Ellen. You're so sweet. Thank you. So yeah, Sunday nights are late enough for me to make it. Tuesdays and Thursdays are a challenge. I'm only doing Tuesdays right now. And then we're going to pick up Fridays on the 12th of September. So we've got, 2 Fridays? Yeah, we've got this Friday, and then next Friday is when we pick up Yuletide Sampler. So 2nd and 4th Fridays, we're doing Yuletide Sampler, and I've got Alicia from Quilty Bird Piecing, and we're getting Kathy back. Kathy from My Hobby Home will be over here hanging out too. I'm working on it as well. Jonesa, she sent the pictures on email Friday. Yes, I did see them. I did. I didn't look at them, but I saw the emails come through, and I think the pictures load, so we're good. If not, I will send you an email and let you know. I will check that tomorrow, probably. I will start getting things ready, because I think this one's going to be a blockbuster Sew and Tell. I think everybody's been putting stuff in this time. I've been seeing a lot of Sew and Tell this time around. So yeah, if you guys want the Happy Heart quilt made by moi, you have to get entered by entering Sew and Tell. You just have to share what you've made and tell me a little bit about it so I can share it with everybody else. And you've got this month and next month. So you've got 2 more chances to enter. I'm so excited. I love giving away a quilt. I do love giving away a quilt. I think I'll wrap up in this one too. Hi Laura, long time no chat. Oh yeah. I think Tiffany had some brain fog going on. I didn't get to stay and watch, but every time I was over there, I was seeing that in the comments. So I think that's what's going on. Hey Zaza, welcome in. Welcome. Glad you're here. So everybody from last month Sew and Tell got 6 entries. So we topped it out at 6 last month. I finally got it counted today. I have been so far behind. I feel like the dog ate my homework. That's why I'm asking. Have you guys ever heard a dog ate my homework excuse in quilting that was just so appropriate or that made you think, wow, the dog really ate their homework? So with diseases or autoimmune disorders like fibromyalgia, MS, among others, brain fog is definitely a huge, huge deal. And we all get it in some differing degrees. And one of the most common triggers for brain fog is pain. I know, at least for me, pain absolutely sets me off, to where I will have a lot of brain fog, and having extra noises or getting hot or getting super cold, like beyond what I normally get here. But getting really, really hot or really, really cold really triggers that brain fog. So maybe that's what's going on with Tiffany. I'm hoping that that's all it is. Laura says she's still recovering from her wonderful day yesterday. Her husband took her to the quilt show and spoiled her rotten. Oh, tomorrow's the 35th wedding anniversary. He is a keeper. Absolutely. I enjoyed Tiffany's live tonight. Normally she doesn't chat as much. We were getting all the tips tonight. Yes. And yes, Laura, you do deserve to be spoiled. You absolutely do. But yeah, that could be a lot of it too. Like when I know for me, and this is my personal experience, so I don't know how Tiffany has with hers, beyond what I've seen on her channel. So like I can't speak for her. I'm not speaking for Tiffany. When I am in a lot of pain, whether or not I know that I'm in pain or not, my body will adjust for my pain levels, and it will make thinking of new things really, really hard. Now, I can regurgitate things that are already in my head, but it's really hard to come up with new content or new thoughts or new words, like say new words, when I'm having any kind of pain. Hey, Katie, welcome in. Glad you're here. You guys may have seen it, especially I sundown. If that's, it's not the appropriate word because there's not really sundowning for fibromyalgia. But when I get to that point where I've had way too much of the day, like it could be, somebody cut me off in traffic and I got really anxious about it, or I stubbed my toe 2 days ago and the bruise is just now starting to form. It could be a scratch that I got from a sharp, a straight pin. It could be my thumb. I mean, it could be any kind of pain whatsoever. So emotional or physical stress can definitely trigger it. But you guys will see me, especially right now because I still haven't recovered from surgery in April, as far as energy levels is concerned. If I haven't used my wheelchair like I should, I will sundown faster. So like towards the end of this broadcast at like 10 p.m. when I'm hitting 2 hours, I'm toast. I'm just absolute toast. So when I go over and hang out on William's channel, I hit it kind of about the 2 hour mark, and I am fighting that last hour to stay functional and stay pleasant, because I do get, they call it RBF, but mine is in my tone, in my manner, and everything. Like I don't just get it like on my face, I get it everywhere. As Zaza said, when her pain is bad, she can't think straight at all. Sleep is just wishful thinking, which doesn't help. Yeah. If I did not have meds that help me sleep, then I would be an insomniac right now, and I really don't need that. So thankfully I found something that works, that I can get. It's not really over the counter, so I can't recommend it to everybody. but I do have something that works and helps me a lot for sleeping, and that's probably my only saving grace right now because I can feel that insomnia trying to creep in right now. Yes, you are absolutely, Laura. You are definitely a fortunate one. You have a fantastic hubby that takes care of you and spoils you rotten. Lana says, I know how you feel, Tammy. Same with me. Yes, I know. I know. That's why I've been thinking of you, because I know you're one of my spoonies with me. That, you struggle just like the rest of us when that pain hits or when that stress hits. Stress can be just as bad, if not worse, than regular pain. I think sometimes I'd rather, have like a bruise on my shin than to be stressed. It's crazy. It's crazy. Is that the same for me? It's hard to think about anything else when that pain is that bad. Yes, agreed, Cynthia. Absolutely. Aw, thank you, Dre. Dre says, gotcha, hun. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so my dog ate my homework excuse is that I had too many things in the way. That's why I haven't been able to long arm quilt. So, what's your dog? Hey, Katie, welcome in. She says, hello, y'all. Welcome in, welcome. So what is the dog ate my homework excuse? Mine is that I had so much piled up on my long arm I couldn't get to it. It's a long arm brain. But I had so much piled up on it and I couldn't get to it. That's why I haven't long armed in a month. Stress and pain seem to go hand in hand. They do. Hey, Gladys, welcome in. That's the nice thing, Lana. She says she doesn't like taking the help me sleep meds. They make her so groggy the next day. What I found I don't think is available in your area, so I can't recommend it to you. We can talk later if you want, and I'll tell you what it is, but I don't think I'll look at it and see. But what I've been taking is not making me groggy at all, and it's not really making me sleepy, if that makes sense. So like I can take it and I can absolutely fight the stuff that I'm taking. I can fight it so hard. But once I actually give in and I let myself go to sleep, I actually rest. Like I'm not tossing and turning, or if I am, I'm not feeling it all that much. And I'm waking up rested, which is fantastic. Gladys is asking Lana how she's doing. Melina says, tell me about it. All the stress with my grandson. I'm in constant pain with fibro. Yes. I hear ya. I have company right now, and although I love my company dearly with all of my heart, they are my husband's family. I love them. They gave me my husband, so I'm not disappointed in that. However, I feel like I'm one of those entertainer people. So when you come to my home, I put everything on the side so I don't deal with things while people are here, and I just wait until they're gone to cope with everything and deal with everything. And that doesn't last very well when you're talking about 2 weeks, which is what we're doing. So I'll be struggling in a little bit too. When my stress is elevated, my pain levels seem to rise. Yes, Laura, they absolutely do. Nanette says she's been too disorganized and has been feeling a need to reorganize, so she hasn't taken off the finished quilt to bind in order to load another. I like that. The dog ate my homework. She's been too disorganized and feeling a need to reorganize. So she has to reorganize before she can do anything else, and that's why the quilt is still in the frame. I love it. I love it. Lana says, Gladys, I'm okay. Just waiting on the result from the x-rays on my arm. Oh, good. I want to know as soon as you find out. Oh, and you got the new phone. Congratulations. That's exciting. I'm glad you were able to get it. I bet that takes a lot of stress off of you. Oh, Oh, fantastic. Katie says that they caught some trout and salmon while they were off grid. That's fantastic. Okay, guys, Gladys dropped her channel link in the chat. Exclamation selfie if you're a content creator will drop your channel link in the chat. So feel free to do that. And guys, if you have not checked out Gladys's channel, and now Katie's is in there as well, if you've not checked out the Confident Quilter Gladys, or you haven't checked out the Greenland Quilter Katie, their links are in the chat, guys. So you don't have to go far to find them. I love that feature. I have to say so many thanks to, oh gosh, who is it? Danny from the So Not an Expert. She's the one who turned me on to selfie. Exclamation selfie. You have to move everything from the old phone. Ouch! Yes, I know that stuff. If you need help, let me know. Like, move everything that you can, and then we'll figure out what we got to do. What we got to do, because we can do it. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? Is that what we're doing? Teamwork makes I can't even say it right. I keep adding S's. It was awesome. It's got some great footage. Oh, fantastic, Katie. It was a fabulous weekend, I bet. Living in Arizona, we used to get a lot of winter visitors. I understand what it's like to have visitors for an extended period of time. We love them for sure, but it can be exhausting. Yes. Well, so here's the other thing. It would be one thing if we had an extra bedroom, like we had a spare bedroom, but the way that Mr. Siberian Wind and I use our apartment, we have a 2-bedroom. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. But the way that we use our apartment, I'm in the living room right now. I'm in what would technically be the living room. So instead of setting up an air mattress here in the quote spare bedroom, because this really isn't a spare bedroom, the air mattress has to be set up in the living room, which is in the 2nd bedroom. So if they want to watch football, which is what they're doing right now, if they want to watch football or watch TV or whatever, they can do that, but then they have to like pull the air mattress back into the bedroom. And right now, because it's a queen size air mattress and because it takes so long to blow it up because it's elevated, we've decided to leave it inflated. So what happens is every day we pull the air mattress out of the room and then we slide it behind the dining room table. So the air mattress is sitting in the dining room right now. Hey Jennifer, welcome in. Welcome in. Let's see. We also saw the same mother Greenland eagle too. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. That does sound exciting, Katie. I did send you an email, a plant-based, or a plant, not plant-based. Emails aren't plant-based. I'm sorry. Oh, I sent you an email with plant pictures because I don't know what the plant is, and I don't know if they need to do something specific. I think they've trimmed some part of the vine that didn't look super healthy, but I don't know for sure. So don't quote me on that. But we don't know what it is, and we don't know exactly how to care for it. And it's just a friend of mine that has a plant, and we just don't know what we're doing. We don't have the green thumb. I mean, I have a little bit more green thumb than my friend does, but no green thumb. No green thumb. We're trying. We're trying to salvage the plant. It was repotted to be in a bigger pot to be pretty, to be aesthetically pleasing to match the rest of the house. I'm crocheting a shawl. I think I'm about 3/4 of the way to. Oh, that's exciting, Lana. That's really exciting. Well, make sure to take a picture and send it in for the show and tell. Make sure, don't forget. Glad you had a great time fishing. Looks like a great trip starting out. Hope the weather cooperated. Glad you had a great time. Yes, Joan, I agree. It does sound exciting. I am hoping maybe next year I can actually go to Yellowstone. I haven't made it up there yet. it's really hard because, during tourist season, all the tourists are up there. But when it's not tourist season, it's really hard to get up there. So we went, let's see, where did we go last week? Because we did a lot of traveling last week. My husband and his brother went today to go to the the Museum of Military Vehicles in Du Bois. So they went there today, and they're already back home. They're watching football. So I did not go. I had too much to get done, and I really wasn't looking forward to the trip. Let's see. I have a black thumb just as my plants. May they rest in peace. Oh my gosh. So is your house where the plants go to die? Is that their final resting place? Do we need to put we could make a quilted tombstone. May you rest in peace here. Judy says she doesn't have a green thumb either. Her daughter calls her the plant murderer. Oh my goodness. Now, I will say this. Last summer, I thought I had turned a corner and I was the black thumb of the neighborhood, but it was just the weather. It was not me. It was just the weather. I have managed to keep 5 sunflowers alive this long. I'm doing pretty darn good this season. This season. Don't ask me next year, because next year is next year. We ain't borrowing problems yet. Let's see. I completed about 5 Zentangles already. I'm about to finish 2 more. That's crazy, Lana. That's fantastic. There's not much I can do because my arm. I understand that. Oh, I definitely understand. I tweaked my arm yesterday, and oh my goodness, I am literally trying to not move it the way that I tweaked it, apparently. And I don't know if I did it when I was sleeping or if I did something else that I just don't remember what. And that's just a tweak. And that's all it is. But oh my gosh, to have anything more, yeah, no. I sympathize very much, so. Oh, that's fine. Its genus is Tradescantia. I'll get species to you in an email. So the plant, the pot's too big, needs more light and moisture. Okay. Gotcha. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to convince them to move back to a smaller pot. That's probably a non-negotiable. But I will talk to them about that. So yeah, just let me know what I need to do, and I will definitely let them know and see how much I can convince. Ellen says her house is God's waiting room for plants. Oh, poor things, poor things. If I had to do anything more than just pull dead leaves off of my pothos that I have, I wouldn't. They don't like pots too big. Okay. People usually overwater them. I love my houseplants. I have inherited from my husband's aunt over 30 years ago, and she's had it for years. Oh my gosh. Yeah, a lot of plants don't like the pots too big, but it was either put that one in the big pot or put the aloe in the big pot, and the pot is way too deep for the aloe, and so I didn't know what pot they were getting for this plant until I came back over and saw that they had replanted it in this giant pot. So I don't know. I may have to find them one and just go, look, let me help you. we may try that. We may, depending on if I can find one locally. I should be able to. We do have a plant swap here. So people will post plants that they want to get rid of, or you can post plants that you're looking for, and if people have them and are willing to part with them or parts of them to start you over, there is kind of a community for that here. I do know that much. That's how I actually got my pothos, because I was looking for one, because I was like, Mom had one of these way back when. I don't know if she even still has one. I don't think she does. But I remember growing up, she told me the stories of that her grandmother had these nails in the ceiling, or the nails around the door, and the pot was is one side of the door, and the plant was literally vined all the way over the door and then around the room. And I was so excited by that idea. And I've always wanted to do it, and I finally have broken down and gotten me a pothos. And she's probably about halfway up an arch right now. I've got to reattach the hook for her to grow onto and revine her over there. But I haven't had time, just like I didn't have time to clear off my long arm. Oh, crafters need both arms. They do. They absolutely do. I mean, you can do a lot of things blind, even. But you gotta have those arms. You gotta have those arms. Oh, thank you, Nightbot. Yay. Zaza, how many generations in clipping children do you have from them? Ooh, good question. Pothos are in the top 10 best plants to use indoors due to its air cleaning ability. Yeah, I just remember what my mom's plant looked like and what she told me about her grandmother growing one. I never met her grandmother, the one that grew it, or that she grew up with. So, like, I don't have any pictures or anything like that to go off of. So I'm just going off my mother's word this is the kind of plant her grandmother had. She didn't even know what it was called. None. It's just that one plant. She had a couple of mini rhododendrons and pits that I got to that are still growing. Oh, fantastic. Pam says her mom used to have such great plants. I struggle. I have one I've kept alive 3 years. I recently got a spider plant. Hope it survives me. Oh, that'd be fantastic. Well, not that it, not your demise. That part of it. That part is not okay. But the hope for a very, very long life for you both. There we go. That's what I'm hoping for. So I got that. Oh gosh, you guys can't even see it. I'm gonna have to move it over. My little aloe-looking plant behind me, I got probably a couple of weeks ago, and I've managed to water it a couple of times. Area is really dry here, so I do keep an eye on the soil. Spider plants are another one on the list of best indoor plants for cleaning the air. Oh, very cool. See, I think they got this plant. This plant was a gift. I know that much. It was a gift to them from someone else. And I think they got it because of the variegation in the leaves, maybe. That they thought it was pretty. I don't know. I don't know the details. I just know that it's not looking super happy to me. My uncle used to visit the botanic gardens with paper bags for seeds and his pen knife for cuttings. I have some lovely rare plants thanks to him. Oh, that's so awesome. So awesome. I don't have any live plants at the house. Can't seem to keep them alive. Lana is allergic to aloe. That's rough. Now, are you allergic to the skin of aloe or just the inside of aloe? Or everything? What are good plants for very dark and no direct sunlight apartment? Good question. Katie, you have been summoned for a question. I love that. I love that we can talk plants. Joy says she can't keep plants alive either inside or out. Okay, so here's what I've done with my pothos. When I was in the other studio, oh, you're allergic to all of it. Ouch. That's really rough because they put aloe in a lot of products. Aloe is in a lot of over-the-counter products. Ugh. I can just imagine the nightmare of trying to find things that don't have aloe. Pothos, philodendrons are good. Okay. So what I did with my pothos, monsteras are good. Okay. I've heard of monsteras before. I've heard of all three of these now. So when I was in the studio space in the bedroom, I put it probably about this far away from the window, and then I vined it up the wall. It did not like when the weather got cold. The leaves of the pothos would actually turn away from the window because the window was too cold. The window itself was too cold for the pothos. So now it is literally in the center of this giant space. So we've got, I've got from this wall all the way to the other wall is probably 20 feet, I'm guessing. And then the only window space we have is this patio door, this glass sliding patio door. And it seems to like where it's at. I have it like dead center of the room. And so it's got a kind of an uninterrupted view. But we only get afternoon sun, and it seems to like it just fine. Let's see. Laura blames it on the Arizona climate. Read all the labels. I bet you do, Lana. With a magnifying glass. That's rough. Any plant in the arid and AROID family can survive in lower light as long as you don't overwater. Okay, so what I do with my pothos, I have it still in the pot. I got it in. I would not have bought this pot myself. Like, this is not the kind of pot I would have thought of buying for myself, but it's really worked out good. The top of the pot is opaque, so it's, not see-through, so you can't see the roots. But the bottom is clear, so you can actually just fill that. And as soon as that gets dried out, like, you don't want it dry, but as soon as it's like there's no more water that you can see in there, then you go ahead and fill it back up. And that's all I've had to do to my pothos to keep her going. Peace lilies as well. Ooh, very cool. AT&T has an app that allows you to move your stuff from one phone to another. You might check with your carrier and see if they offer that. Ooh, that might work if the old phone will function long enough for it. Oh, yeah. So see if you have a transfer option with your carrier, Lana, to see if you can transfer from the old to the new, and see if the software will install on the old phone without crashing it. That's, I think, what we're worried the most about. Sansevieria. Okay, Sansevieria as well. Okay, corn plant. Dracaena genus. I cannot pronounce all these words. All this Latin. Oh Lord, there's always that plant that acts completely contrary to nature's plan, right? There is, Dre. So I had an aloe plant before I moved up here, and my mom had aloe growing up. I remember her having aloe growing up because anytime we got a burn, do you know what we did? We went out to the aloe plant, we cut off a leaf, brought it in, Mom sliced it open, and put it directly on our burn. So I remember using aloe that way growing up a lot. Now, like big sunburns, we'd do the gel stuff. We wouldn't do the fresh off the plant. But small burns, like, touched a hot plate, or, touched the eye of the stove, or accidentally burned ourselves on a curling iron, stuff like that. It was go out and go cut a leaf and slice it open and then put it directly on your burn. So I remember doing that. So I wanted an aloe for the longest. Finally got one right before I moved up here. And then I moved up here and it loves this environment. Absolutely loves it. Grew like leaps and bounds. It loved being here. I forgot to bring it in before it froze. I so forgot to bring it in before it froze. It's my fault. I killed it. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, the iPhone option, yeah. iPhones are great for stuff like that, but they aren't great for other things. And yep, Android, yep. I go figure. There's always that. Yeah, let's see where I'm at. Yes, autocorrect is getting everybody, Lana. Absolutely. Cynthia, it's autocorrect going crazy. Let's see. Peace lilies are great. The leaves wilt when it needs watering. Oh, that's awesome. That's a great way to know. Now, my sunflowers do that too. My sunflowers that I have outside absolutely do that. And I have, and if you refrain from using too much water, you can grow general Hoyas. Ooh, okay. I don't think I've tried to do that. The stubborn was what Grandpa called it. Oh. Okay, so my, I'm not gonna try to get the seeds off my sunflowers. I really should, but I don't know how to tell with these sunflowers. They look different from the others that I've grown before. These like actually have pollen on them, which I've never seen before in a sunflower. So I'm not sure exactly how to judge if I can go to seed with a sunflower that has pollen. That was new for me this year. But I will say, these actually grew. I'm super excited that they actually grew. Hoyas can go weeks without water when being grown indoors. Yeah, see my pothos, I think I might water it once a month. Like I re-top off the water tank once a month. That's it. I don't do much else to her. Other than just, look over and see how pretty she is. I just look and see. Just look. Now, my pothos does not like it when you pet her too much. She is very sensitive to, being petted and touched and played with. She's going to hate me when I revine her. Because I'm going to move the vine and make it go over the arch. Hey, Andrea, welcome in. She says, howdy, everyone. She just woke up, but glad to be with y'all. I'm glad you're here, too. First time in over 20 years that I'm not using a Samsung Galaxy Note phone. I hear ya. Hey, I think I finally am putting the last clip in place. How exciting is that? All right. Let's stuff this in place, if I can. It's wanting to be picky. I'm having to stretch it a little bit. So there we go. Okay, I think I got it. I think I did. So we will actually finish this one tonight. And then I can start on the other one. And I did already wind a bobbin with the blue for the other quilt. And I do know I've got a couple of places where I didn't catch the back on this one. But what I will do is I'll just set the thread aside and I'll catch that later. We will go fix it later. I feel, who is it? Bob the Builder? Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Yeah. I think that was Bob the Builder. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if you know. Is that Bob the Builder? With the Can We Fix It? I don't know. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've watched kids shows. I have no need to watch them. I think the last kids show I watched was Thomas the Train. When my stepdaughter would get in trouble, instead of doing any kind of real, like normal, you're grounded or anything like that, because we had short, limited time with her, I would put kids shows on. So her punishment was watching Thomas the Train. It was Bob the Builder. Yay! Woohoo! Awesome, I got it right. I stick to the same brand. Changing phones is awful even with the same brand. It is, Zaza. You are so right. See, my mom was dead set against going to an iPhone, and now she's an iPhone. I am the only Android user on my phone plan now. Take pictures and do a photo search and get specific identity of the species. You'll be able to get breakdown on if it's worth doing or not. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I haven't tried it, though. Melissa Makes Quilts, welcome in. First time I think I've seen you in my chat, so I'm glad you're here. Thank you for subscribing and getting into this chat tonight. I appreciate it. You are so welcome to be here. And welcome in, Susie. Glad to see you tonight. Lana says that she's fearful of learning a different phone. Yeah, I hear ya. I hear ya. It is a lot And Samsung's come out with a few updates that have not made it easy to learn. So I totally get it. I totally get it. I have a peace lily that was from my dad's funeral in 1980. She inherited when her mom died in '07, and she transplanted this year, and the plant is still going strong. Oh, that's amazing, Joan. That's so amazing. Oh my gosh. Let's see. But my Note 9 battery is expanding. Yeah, it's trying to blow up. Turn my phone sideways and see through it. Yeah, that's crazy. That's so crazy. You should not be able to see through your phone that way. The only way you should see through it is when you put the camera on and it's using its camera lens to show you the opposite side. I'm a librarian without a library, says Trey. Oh. I'm still stuck on the dog ate my homework. I feel like I have so many excuses or reasons why I haven't done things that I plan to do. Because I have quilts that I haven't even started. I have projects that are sitting waiting for me to make time for them. And I started in on a new project last Monday, like I should have. And it's one I've already kitted up, so it's like it was on the chopping block to get started. However, I started on a new project when I probably shouldn't have. Hey Rena, welcome in. She's been watching on a new tablet but cannot get the comments to work on it, so wanting to say hello. I am so glad you did. Thank you. And please don't forget to hit that like button while you're at it. I appreciate it. And I'm glad to know that you're here. I'm so glad to know that you're here. Let's see, you can use those apps for identifying, but you're better off taking advice from people who've learned to care for them. Apps give bad advice for the most part. See, that's the thing. So even if I get the right identification for a plant from the apps, which I never do, like I'm always, am I sure that that's actually what that is? Like that's where my mind goes is it really that? Did I really get the right name of that plant? And unless it looks identical, absolutely 100% identical to the picture, I'm going to second guess it. And especially when a plant's not doing fantastic, then it's going to be harder to get that correct too. Let's see. I get it. If I had to get a new phone this year, my old phone was an iPhone 8. iPhones are not that great. Android are much better, but I don't have the will to learn it. Yes, Android is like crazy different from iPhone. It's not necessarily that it's harder or anything like that. It's just Apple did a really good job with one thing. If we're going to just say Apple did one thing right, they are consistent. They are absolutely consistent. And you don't have to guess whether your iPhone 8 is going to match your iPhone 9, going to match your iPhone 10, all of them match. It is the same processes. Now, the older versions can't do as much as the newer versions, but the overall feel of the phone is the same. So I get it. I totally get it. Some of the apps I've seen give bogus how to care for it. Yeah, I bet. And the iPhone confuses me. I love it. Trying to learn my iPad. I've had it about a year now. See, and that's kind of the thing. I mean, I would get an Android tablet, so I wouldn't have to try to learn an iPad. I mean, my husband has iPad, and I've had an iPhone before, so don't think I'm, just bashing iPhone, Apple for no reason. I've had an iPhone before, but I'm just not interested in having another one. Laura says she got her first iPhone because of her work, and now she doesn't want to change back. I hear ya. I was so glad Verizon was able to get me a new battery. Cannot imagine a new phone. Yes. So nowadays, so Apple used to be the only one with a sealed battery. Nowadays, all phones come with sealed batteries. And part of it is because they want to make them slimmer, thinner, more durable. And the only way to do that is to have a sealed battery that the user can't exchange. The user exchangeable batteries had to be a little bit more robust to prevent people from breaking them, but the smaller ones don't. I know plants because it's my superpower. It is your superpower, Katie. That's why I came to you. Growing for 51 years, college degree in plants. Grapes and EC apps give bogus info. I bet. Android tablet, iPad was a gift from my brother. Oh. Well, your brother can find a place for that iPad. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, let's see. iPhone is all Apple. Androids have many brands, and one doesn't necessarily support each other. Correct. So Samsung doesn't necessarily support Motorola. My parents will never go back to Motorola to save their lives. And after my mom had multiple different issues with her Samsungs, she was the last holdout on Android on the plan, aside from me. I'm not giving up my Android. I have features on my Android. Oh, you're good. Joy says she's sorry. She's been crocheting, trying to get this Afghan done. It's been slow going. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. See, Katie's thinking about going back to a Samsung potentially anyway. I hear ya. Two good things Apple do better are tablets and watches. My son is very tech savvy and Android all the way, but has an iPad. So I have Android tablets that I have apps on that would not transfer to iPhone. So I could not swap that over if I wanted to. Now, do I use them every day? No, I do not. I absolutely do not. And I do like some of the things that Apple has, that iPhones and iPads can do. However, I don't want to swap brands between the two. And Android, hey Erin, welcome in. First time I think I've seen your name in my chat. Glad you're here. She says she loves her Samsungs. I love mine. So I actually have my mom's replacement, because they got the replacement from the warranty. So I have my mom's replacement, but it's bigger than mine. So if anything happens to mine, which the battery's not that great in the greatest shape right now, but if anything happens to mine, I have an upgrade replacement. Oh, Lana says Joyce Herschel is doing the same to her. County Extension Office is definitely a good source too. See, okay. Back when I was living in the Southeast, do you think I knew where the county extension office was? No. I do know people here now that I think about it. I do know people here that could tell me information locally. And, the 4-H office here would have people with information, and we have master gardeners there. They're the ones who host the farmers market. So I do have people here I could probably ask, but I hadn't even thought about it. Had not even thought about it. Ellen says she's had many iPhones and iPads and also Androids for work. I find iPhone much more user-friendly, but it really is all what you get to used to. Yes, it is. It is. Laura is an Apple girl, and her husband will always be an Android. Yeah. So there's things on iPhone and iPad that I do love. I really do. Oh, good night, Zaza. Absolutely. Have a good evening. And phones are ridiculously priced. They are. They're crazy high priced. You can find a local extension office by looking it up, says Katie. Awesome. Yeah, see, I wouldn't have even thought of that, though. It would never even cross my mind. That's where the problem is, because I just would not have even thought about it to even go to find out. Like, I didn't grow up learning that kind of stuff. There are local garden clubs in most places to gain info from too. Let's see. My long arm has an Android tablet, and that's the only software that's on it. Yeah. See, my long arm software, it has to go on a Windows. So I have got a Windows tablet priced. Can't afford it right now. I'm having to use a laptop and run a table to run my cord to my long arm to be able to do it right now. Yeah, exactly. Pattern Keeper is not available on iPad. You are absolutely right. That is one of the software programs that I was actually thinking about. It was Pattern Keeper. Laura says that her husband bought her a long arm. It was delivered in May, and that's when she got sick. He's going to have to help me with it when I can go downstairs. Yes, make that man help you. Absolutely. It'll be a learning experience for you both. Absolutely will. Yeah, Pattern Keeper is a fantastic software program, but yeah, they do not make it in an iPad version that I am aware of. Or if they do, it's ridiculously priced, and your Android saves won't transfer to your iPad. This phone discussion just made me realize why I struggle with my long arm. It's not an Apple tablet. Oh, that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. So here's what my handy quilter in quilt shop did. She, instead of making us all do all this training and like take a class and make our own notes or whatever, she made a printout, and it's like 2 or 3 pages or 4 pages, I don't remember. I still have mine. Trust me, I have it, because I lost it the first time and I got shamed into I should keep it. So this one is now bound. So this is a Quilt of Valor. So there's a few of these stars randomly placed throughout the quilt. I don't know if you can see them or not, because I can't see the cameras when I put it up in front of my face. So there's a few of the stars randomly placed. The stars are the only thing not quilted. So everything is stipple quilted, and then the stars are not. So this is a Quilt of Valor. So this will be awarded to a veteran. Let's see. I was an Android person until my son-in-law talked me into getting an iPhone. Quite a difference. Yes, it is. It's a crazy difference. Fusion 5 tablet for my long arm worked great. I got mine from Amazon for under $200. Yeah, I think Fusion 5 Windows is the version that I had, is that I'm going to have to get, because mine has to be Windows. My husband is a software architect. In simple terms, he'll be able to figure out in the software for sure. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Also have embroidery machine, so I keep an HP laptop for my files and transfers, because in the beginning, most embroidery files weren't compatible with Apple. They weren't. Yeah, Apple was not. Embroidery software is not typically compatible with Apple. A lot of cases. Thank you guys. I got a congrats. A very nice and awesome quilt. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just glad she's bound. I do have to go back and tack a few areas that I didn't catch, but that one is now done with the clips out of it. So now we can pull this one out and see if we can get this one done also in an hour, because we've got an hour left. If you ever need your soil tested in your garden, they are the go-to. Also, oh, very cool. I hadn't thought about that, because mine is all in plant pots, but it's not a bad idea. Got the Innova 24M series. My husband chose it because he liked the software. Oh, that's cool. My husband's tech savvy. He makes sure my tablet is updated, and as long as I can turn on my software, then I'm good. Fantastic, Judy. Let's see. It's lovely. Thank you, Ellen. I appreciate that. Oh, Laura, you have another raffle ticket entry for the next Super Chat raffle. Super excited. Oh, absolutely, Lana. She's got to go check on her mama. That is fabulously okay. We are always okay with that. that one's always an okay. So so let me go back. What my long arm quilt shop did, she printed out instructions that are like, I mean, it's pages, guys. It's pages, but it's handy quilter, and she didn't want to make everybody come up and check and take a class to be able to learn the software and be able to quilt, because nobody around here really wants to pay for a long arm class just to come rent time on the long arm, because it feels extra. It just feels extra here. We're very more down to earth here and very more realistic of our expectations. So what she did, she prints these out, and the first time that you come to rent, she will walk you through loading your quilt. She'll walk through loading your pattern that you select. She will thread it for you. You never thread the machine. She threads it for you. You also never load the bobbin. You also never change the needle. She does all that for you. So she is sitting there waiting, for, any kind of that kind of stuff. And then should you have a thread breakage, she's got instructions in there for how to handle it, but she'll walk you through it. And if she knows that you're about to run out of bobbin, like she'll help you monitor the quilting process so that you come out with a beautiful quilt, which is fantastic. Oh, Jacqueline, you have a raffle ticket for the next Super Chat raffle. Yay! Linda says she's just going to free pattern and getting computer programs like the Pro Stitcher. See, okay, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I was expecting that when I got my frame. I was super excited to find out that I was also getting the automation, and I just had to get a few updates to be able to make it work. Upgrading my long arm to automated, taking class in Powell next month. Can't wait. Oh, is that the Quilters Creative Touch class? Oh my gosh, I want to take that so bad. If that's the Quilters Creative Touch class, I really want to take it. I really feel like it would help me. Paid for a class to learn the long arm at my local quilt shop and include 10 hours on the machine. I love learning how to use it. It uses pantograph and a laser that follows the lines at the back of the machine. I do have the laser. I already know how to use that. That one's, okay. I'm not really a big pantograph person when it comes to like following a printed design or anything like that. That's just not me. It's just not me. And I'm not ashamed to admit that it's not me. This quilt is a lot brighter than the last one. It's even got glitter in some of the blocks. But like I do free motion stipple, that's what I've been doing, or I do a programmed pattern. That's what I've been doing so far. Nulting. Oh, okay. Quilt Imagine. Okay, not the same one. Okay. Yeah, they're doing a class. Oh, maybe it's, no, I think it is in Powell as well. They're doing a class on the Quilters Creative Touch software. And I so want to take that class. I do not have the money for hotel to spend a couple of nights. And this month is just going to be way too tight for me to do that with having had company. So it's not in my reach for right now, but oh my gosh, I want to. I've started drawing my own pantographs. Would love to learn to design edge-to-edge designs. Oh, that's fantastic. We need people that do that. We definitely need people, a lot of people who do that. I have no, I do not have a creative bone in my body when it comes to drawing. If I can draw it with a ruler, I can draw it. I can absolutely draw it. A ruler, compass, protractor, all of that, I'm your girl. I am absolutely your girl. If it is anything free-flowing, no, I'm good. Have fun. It's not me. I look at Tiffany with the quilting, all of hers is free motion. I'm just like, what is a pantograph and can it be used on domestic? Yes, it can. So Jacqueline, what you would do with a pantograph is taking some classes online through Zoom for Quilters Creative Touch. I've thought about that too. I just haven't had time. It's just a time commitment for me. So a pantograph typically is a printout, and it's a drawn design that you want quilted on your quilt. That's the basic gist of it. It could be something like a free motion stipple, like what I've got on this quilt, or the last one. It could be something that looks like a flower. It could be something that looks like, boxes. Hey, Chloe, welcome in. Drive home from work. Absolutely. Please be safe. Please, absolutely be safe. Do not be looking at the screen. Just be listening. Just listening. Just listening. You're more of a Picasso cubist than a drippy dolly. Yeah, exactly, Dre. You got it. But yeah, so pantograph is a printout, and what you do with that, you could actually trace that printout onto your quilt. You could do that with the old, wax tracing paper that we used to use for dressmaking. You could do that with, I don't know, guys. What else could we trace that with? I don't know. I don't know all the good tracing tools for it, but you could absolutely trace that onto your quilt. And then you do free motion on your domestic machine with your darning foot or your free motion quilting foot, depending on what your machine has available. But you just use that on your machine and then you trace. It is very much like when you were learning to write in kindergarten and first grade, and you would have these pre-drawn letters that you had to just follow over with your pencil like they were dotted lines, and you were making the lines completely full. It's just like that, but it's on your machine, and you're just moving your quilt around to be able to do that. Now, the smaller the design, especially depending on how big your throat space is on your domestic, the smaller the design, the easier that will be. The bigger the design, the harder that may become. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. Laura says that she's fortunate. She's getting classes for free, but she thinks the owner feels bad because she's been so ill. She's offering free classes for anything I need. Oh, that's fantastic. You know what? Let her feel the way she wants to feel, because she is getting a quilter who is super enthusiastic and wanting to use that long arm out of the deal. So she's, let her give you those classes. I would let her give you the classes. And anything that you need help with, absolutely ask. That is what quilt shops that sell machines are there for. That is part of their job. Oh, I love Nightbot. Nightbot is working so well tonight. Nightbot, I think, likes me finally. Do you guys think Nightbot likes me? Is that what it is? Did I finally please the Nightbot gods? Alright, I think I've got enough clips in there for a second. Let me get this one that I dropped. I dropped a couple, but I've already picked a couple of them up. There we go. Alright. Got that one picked up. I've got a stash of them here, but I think I've put in as many as I can handle putting in at the moment. So we're just going to quilt away, or bind away. It's not really quilting, it's binding. Pam says dealers make a huge difference. Mine was not great. I still struggle with my machine. Yes, they do. Dealers make an absolute difference in the whole experience of owning your machine. I've known people who bought Berninas from a dealer that sold other machines, but they weren't really, whoever sold them the machine, whichever salesperson sold them the machine at Bernina, wasn't super enthusiastic about Bernina and really liked other brands for whatever reason. And the owner of the Bernina suffered because the person just liked a different brand better. And that's not fair. It is reality, but it's not fair. It is not fair at all. Service really does make a difference. I mean, so, should I say? No, I don't know if I should say. I have a car brand that I will never in my life ever own. I will never buy one. Let's put it that way. If I'm gifted one, I will own it, but I will never buy one. You will not catch me in a dealership for this brand of car. Did I clean my iron yet? No, I did not. I'm glad you asked. I need to do that. The dog ate my homework. I'm seriously, the dog ate my homework. That is what we're going with tonight, I think, across the board, is that that dog has eaten my homework. No, I have not cleaned it. I did need the reminder, though, so I'm glad you asked. I do need to clean it. I do have vinegar. I do know where it's at now, for sure, because I saw it the other day. I was doing something else and saw it. Ellen's laughing at me. I love it. Okay, so there is a brand of car that I will never own. Absolutely never own. because their response to a problem with the car, it was an optional feature that you could pay to have added to the car. It wasn't, something that you had to have. I mean, it's not the CD player or something. It's not a complete radio. It's like, but it's something that you don't necessarily have to have for the car to get you from point A to point B. So my friend paid extra for this feature. My friend had the car built specifically for her. So she paid for all these uber cool features, the leather seats, and I don't know if she got the sunroof or not, but that kind of stuff. Like, she paid extra for stuff. So it wasn't the sunroof. I'll go ahead and give you that. It wasn't a sunroof because I don't even remember if the car has one or had one. So there was a recall on the feature that's in the car. And the problem with the reason that it was recalled is because it could catch on fire. So that would be very dangerous. And my friend that had this vehicle had MS. So this feature that she chose was very important to her because it made her life a lot easier. And so she did not want to lose this feature. So when she went in for the recall, she asked them, what are you guys doing to fix this recall? Their response was that they were just disconnecting the feature. They were literally just unplugging it. Not giving anybody refunds, not paying them back of, hey, you paid, $1,500 for this feature and it doesn't work right, so we're gonna, give you $1,500 back. No, it was just, we'll disconnect it. I.e., we'll make it not light on fire for you, and that's it. And a company that does that, like, they're not giving you an alternate feature. They're not, doing anything other than just disconnecting the part that could, cause you major injuries. That was an optional feature. Their whole the car company's version was just, we'll unplug it for you. So yeah, you will never catch me buying one. I have friends who own that brand. That is perfectly okay. I don't tell them that they can't buy that brand. Exactly. And I think there might have been one, but I don't know. If there was one while she was still here, then she would have absolutely filed to be part of that. But I don't think anybody really made as much of a fuss about it as she did. But yeah, I was disgusted that a company would choose to just disconnect a feature. I mean, that's like, okay, so this machine does not have a thread cutter. If this machine had an automatic thread cutter, and the only solution Bernina offered me, because it wasn't working right repeatedly, was that they would just, disconnect the wire that controls the thread cutter, and there's no other fix, and they're not planning for a fix, I would be kind of upset because I paid extra for that. I think the local dealer would make it right, but the dealer didn't make it right for her, and the car company didn't make it right. Pam says, disconnect for a short-term fix maybe, but for something you pay for, nope, exactly. So she actually opted to not have that recall done because she was like, no. I will accept the risk of this feature may catch on fire and may, burn up my car, because I think she was looking at, well, insurance would cover it at that point maybe. I don't know what her logic was, but she really wanted that feature, and it was something she did pay extra for because it didn't come standard. So yeah, that's like, okay, a lot of cars in the Northeast or north, not necessarily Northeast, but north, are sold without air conditioning. It's not a necessity up here normally. I am one of those people that needs it. I grew up in the Southeast. I'm conditioned I'm air conditioned to having air conditioning. Is kind of a necessity for my health to stay cool and not overheated. Okay, so I need air conditioning. If I was sold a car that did not have air conditioning and it was available, yeah, we would have issues. Lana says she's back. Fantastic. She had to fix Mama's snacks so she could take her night pills. Absolutely. How is Mama doing, by the way? How is she? Yeah, we will not mention the car company name, but you know, same thing happens with sewing machine dealers. You know, there's some that make everything right for you and will bend over backwards to make sure you are 100% happy with your purchase and that you're getting every last bit of your money's worth out of the machine you bought from them. But then there's others that just don't care that much, and that can make or break the whole deal. Absolutely make or break it. And I was one of those dealers. I would bend over backwards for my customers, so I understand. She's been struggling with her blood pressure being too low lately. Oh no, that's not good. Have the doctor said anything about what to do? I hear about high blood pressure all the time from people, but I don't. Low blood pressure is not something I hear about frequently. I would not even have the slightest clue what to do for low blood pressure. Maybe I raised the blood pressure of all the people around me. That's what we're going to go with. Her heart just isn't letting her do much of anything. Yeah. And that's got to be aggravating for her. It's got to be stressful. And being stressed isn't going to help it either. I'm feeling for you, Lana. You've got the weight of the world. And you're doing it with grace and grit. Doing it with grace and grit. All right. Let's see if we can... I haven't even gotten the first corner yet. Have I? Oh, yeah, I did. I did get the first corner because we started at a corner. Oh. I'm going to put a few more of these clips in place just because I can. We're going to see how far we go. It's only at 25%, maybe less. Yeah, I hear ya. Laura says that she has to be sure her dad has his pills, but also a good dinner. Unfortunately, she hasn't been able to help, so all of this has fallen on her husband. Yeah. Well, Mr. Siberian Wind, with company being here, we didn't plan out 2 weeks worth of medications from Mr. Siberian Wind, so he forgot medications a couple of days. So we've been having some rebound fun too, in the midst of having company. Oh, forgetting meds or not being able to take them, or running into problems. It's not fun. Not fun for anybody. I hope your mom can rest at least a little bit, Lana. Hope she takes solace in that she's doing everything that she can. Found out another friend of mine, mother has stage 3 cancer. They are going to start on chemo and radiation treatments, and mom has agreed to go on them, which is shocking. We weren't expecting that from her. So there's just, I think it's all these processed foods we've been eating for all these years. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we're all getting exposed to it just to learn compassion for each other. Maybe that's it. The dog ate my homework that way. Let's see. Oh, so guys, I do already have most, not all, of September's lives on the schedule. So if you are looking for them, a lot of them are already up there. Not all of my After Sunset Sundays are up there yet. And if you have not registered for the September retreat. It should be, oh, correct me if I'm wrong. It should be in the description box. Let me see if it is. Let me click over real quick. It is not. Go figure. Okay, that didn't copy over. So we are going to do exclamation retreat. So if you want to join the retreat on the 13th and 14th, you don't have to be there both days. You don't have to be there the whole time. But if you want to come and hang out for a little bit at least, you are welcome to come join the free Zoom retreat. You can join it from the comfort of your home. I love that part. But we will be there with bells on, kind of. I'm not really putting bells on because that would really annoy me real fast. But we will be having a lot of fun in the retreat this time. Like we always do. We always have fun in the retreat. But if you've not registered, this is the time to click over and go register. That way you can come back over here and come hang out some more. Laura says, Lana, we took care of my mother-in-law and my mom, and now my dad, my husband, and I are the caregivers. Sadly, I've been ill, and my husband has had to deal with everything. At least the two of you are working as much of it as a team as you can, because even if he's having to carry a lot of the weight right now, you've helped carry a lot of the weight for a long time, and so he's got a great example to follow. Pam says that she's looking forward to the retreat. She's going to an in-person retreat next weekend, first one in 6 years. See, there was a reason you needed to move exactly where you moved, so that you could find that retreat. That is fantastic. I am still working on the retreat for here, for Casper, for 2026. So we are looking at probably the second week. Oh, perfect. Lana says she just registered. Yay. So we are going to, I'm still working on getting everything set, but with company I haven't been able to do much, but I'm going to be hammering that hard starting later this week, and getting everything lined up for a retreat here in Casper in 2026. So I've actually got a couple of other places that we might be able to go to. Oh, you're so welcome, Laura. See, I've done the caregiving thing before. I've done that. It is not, there is no way to say that caregiving is easy. Like, if you have done caregiving, you know that it is one of the most taxing positions you can ever hold. Everybody's getting quiet. Guys, don't forget to hit that like and thumbs up, please. Just while I'm thinking about it. But yes, what was I gonna say? Caregiving is not easy. So I caregave for the oldest brother, and this is the next oldest brother. And until we get down to the sister above Tom, the sister above my Mr. Siberian Wind, everybody else has a spouse that can, claim that responsibility to caregive. My sister-in-law, my husband's sister, does not have a spouse to caregive for her. So that would be the only other one. And then on my family side, if something happens to either mom or dad, I fully expect that, I may end up doing that task yet again. So we would have to see. Oh, and if Andrea, if you are still in the chat, I think you might recognize this. I had to get, I believe, 6 blocks off of the 5 or 6 off of star-crossed path and put into a different quilt. So this is one of those blocks, this red star. Yay! Linda got all the rows to her quilt put together. Time for a break and a cup of coffee. She lays out and measures and posts a picture tomorrow. Oh, I love that idea. Yay! I get to see it so quickly. I'm so excited. Yay, yay, yay. My husband has had to be my caregiver and my father's caregiver. I hope I feel better soon so I can help him again. Yeah, I understand that, but don't push yourself, okay? Pushing yourself to hurry to get better is just going to slow you down even further. So just be patient with your body. Your body has been through a lot lately. Yeah, a lot. So just be patient. Just be patient. So who all saw the Nocturnal Soul Quilt Along video? Nocturnal Soul Quilt Along. I hope I gave out enough information in that video and in the links. I'm going to be starting on another one tomorrow. As soon as the video, or as soon as the information drops, I'll be starting on it, and Friday late night, about 11:30 my time, is when it's going to go live. So I have a timeline to work on. Oh, Nanette did. Yay! Oh, Ellen did. Yay! You guys, that's awesome. I'm so glad you guys saw that. What do you think? Which is your favorite? Do you like the slivers, the lunar slivers, or do you like the Witchfire stars better? Which block do you like best? Which way are we going? And which block do you like best? And those, they're all in the sashing. So guys, if you've not seen the video, it is out. It is on my channel. It is under the video section versus the lives. Oh, Laura saw it. Yay. Nanette loves the stars best. Yeah. The stars they're so cute. They're so cute. Ellen loves the moon fabric. Right? I was pulling fabrics because I was like, I'm gonna do this from stash. I'm not buying anything. If I can do it from stash, we'll do it. If I can't do it from stash, we're not doing it. So I pulled that and I was like, you know, this isn't really Halloween, but I like the way that it looks. And I think it's going to look gorgeous along with all of the other fabrics. I can't wait to see where that moon fabric ends up going, because it's going in a couple of other places. And I guess I could look at the layout, the cutting layout pages and figure it out, but why? I'm gonna let myself be surprised and enjoy the surprise. So we have a lot of information already given to us at this point, and it is a free quilt along. So if you are into Halloween, if you are into spooky, and it's actually fun and playful, it's not super spooky. But if you are into even slightly spooky or slightly, Halloween playful, the Moonfire or the Nocturnal Soul Quilt Along, there's a link in the description box to let you go sign up, and you'll get your emails with the instructions for what you need to do, and you'll get caught up because all we've done so far is the sashing and the cornerstones. So everything else will be in the following weeks. But the curves look tough to maneuver. They were very tough to maneuver. Some people are doing them, they're paper piecing them. Oh, absolutely, Judy. She can't keep her eyes open, so she's off to bed. Absolutely. I will see you later. Absolutely, for sure. How have I figured out how to lighten the second camera where you do the close-up views? Awful dark. Okay, so yes, this camera, this one right here that you see my fingers in front of, I can lighten that, but I wasn't thinking ahead on that. So when I lighten it up to normal lightness, when it's like normal ambient light levels, when you are looking here at my machine, this is all just a white, bright blur. You can't see at my needle. You can't see the presser foot. You cannot see anything except a big, bright blur right in the middle. So, seeing my needle move up and down, seeing where my fingers are, you would not be able to see that while I am sewing. So what I can do, because those are recorded videos, I will make an effort to adjust that in the future videos. Let's see. I watched it. Looks cute. Not a Halloween fan, but the fabrics are cute and not so much Halloween. Yeah, they're not. You can do it completely in solids. And a couple people have said that they're not super happy about this block or not happy about that block. Like they're wanting to swap those out. And so they're, you can always put a star in there instead. You can always make it Halloweenish, or you could make it not so Halloweenish. There's one lady that I was on a, so when I put the text on there that I was on this group in Dallas, they were doing a like Google Meets, and so I had my phone set up to do the Google Meets. And so while they were working on stitching, or they were working on cutting out their fabric rather, they were still working on cutting things out. I was able to put things together and piece things together. And then the host of it, her fabrics, her background, her sashing is this spiderweb look. When you sign up for the stitch along, they will send you a link for the Facebook group as well. I think that's how I found it. So if you go to the video, there should be a link to the how to sign up for the Nocturnal Soul Quilt Along. And once you sign up, you just put your name and your email address in there. But once you sign up for that, then in one of the emails that they send you after that, you should get a link to the Facebook. And if you don't, let me know, because I will find a way to get you in there. I will find a way. The lady from Snug and Stitch is the one who's been my contact for all of it. She has been fantastic to work with so far. So yeah, that's for the Facebook group. But yeah, when you go to my video for the Nocturnal Soul Quilt Along, there's going to be the link in the description box to sign up for the Quilt Along, which is 100% free. And then there's also prizes, which is really cool. Not every Quilt Along has prizes along the way. I mean, some of them do. I've heard of some of them having prizes before. But week one, the only thing that they're expecting is for a picture of your fabric pull. Whether you ordered a kit, I don't know if there's any kits left at all, or in specific colorways that they originally used. But if you're doing your own fabric, you don't have to obviously order a kit. And you take a picture of your fabric pull, and that is how you enter. I think you have to post it to Instagram, they said, but if you don't use Instagram, I think you're able to email them and let them know how to do that. Oh, Ellen likes the Raven block and the witch too. I like the witch. I kind of like the cat. I'm not a cat person, but I do kind of like the cat. And I'm looking forward to figuring out what that center block is. I don't know what that center block is supposed to be. I have no idea. Like, it's not clear. And I think it's because of the fabrics that they chose for that center block. And I can't wait to put my own twist on that center block. I'm so looking forward to that. So looking forward to it. I think that Raven is going to be applique. And I'm not looking forward to applique. I think 2026 is going to be the year of applique, because I have so many applique projects that I need to do. And, I need to finish some this year, but I'm going to have so many that I'm starting next year. It's going to be crazy hard for me to keep up with it. I think it's a candle. Oh, it might be. I do remember somebody saying something about a candle, but I don't see the candle in the block. maybe it's just me. Maybe I need to go to the website and click and zoom there. It could be a candle. Maybe it is. Me either. I'm out on applique. Well, see, I will do the applique. So if there's applique in there, you guys will see me do it. I will buck up and do it the exact way that they're asking for me to do it, because I agreed to do the quilt along and video it, and they were gracious to allow me to do that. So yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm just not going to be super happy about it. So I'm definitely going to film that on a Wednesday, and I'm going to wear a Wednesday shirt if it is applique. Solitude suits me. Leave me alone. If you see me with a seam ripper or steam a seam in my hand, now is not the time. And that's what we're going to go with. If you see me with steam a seam, now is not the time. I need to have that put on this shirt. I need to see if Ron will make me a patch to put somewhere. If you see me with steam a seam, now is not the time. I'm doing so much applique, guys. I have started Cora, the Laura Heine, Cora the Common Owl. I've started her. I've started the owl. I have a gnome pattern that I am starting. That's the one I started last Monday. And I'm just tracing the designs on the freezer paper because I'm not doing steam a seam. You guys will get to see that. Don't worry. I'll show you. I'm doing the boring part that, is like watching paint dry. So that's what I was doing last week. Then, what else? I've got another one. Okay, I've got 2024 Shop Hop. I don't even have this year's started. I'm not going to do this year's Shop Hop. But last year's Shop Hop was a lot of applique. Like 20 stores out of 24 were applique. And I am not done yet with all of the applique. So I still have those to finish. Gosh, what's the other one that I've got that's applique? Oh, those are the only ones I can think of. But I do, oh gosh, I have so many appliques. Hey, Linda, welcome in. Linda Parsons is here in the house. So is Rita, welcome. So does that mean flying geese birds is equal to watching paint dry? No. The flying geese is not equal to watching paint dry. I will watch somebody sew 3 million flying geese while I painstakingly do applique. I get that a lot of people do enjoy applique. It is just not my favorite thing. Oh, I know what it is. I have a McKenna Ryan pattern, and I've got all 8 scenes, I believe. I think there's 8. I've got all of the scenes, and every last bit of that is applique. Every last bit of it. Now it is batik. It's done in batiks, but every last bit of it is applique. And I decided that I was not going to put it off any longer, so I will get to it. But guys, I'm going to be a pro at applique beyond what I already am. I just hope that I don't, like keel over and like pass out and kick the bucket while I'm doing all of the applique. Oh. I might go back to drinking Dr. Pepper to get through it. No, I'm not going to do that. But I might have to get some caffeine. I love that you're doing applique, very calming and enjoying. Oh, really? Is calming and enjoying for you? Is that what it is? At least that makes one of us. Oh. Okay, there's nothing wrong with applique. Don't mistake my grumbling about applique that there's, anything wrong with applique. Applique is wonderful and it does serve a purpose. I just don't happen to enjoy it as much as other quilters might. Oh, this is another one of those blocks from Andrea's Star-Crossed Path. Oh, it is very, actually it is. Okay. All right then. Well, I will make sure to film as much of it as I possibly can. I'm not going to film when I'm at my sewing groups. So anything that I do there, I'm not filming that. But I will film here at the apartment in my studio space. And I will film all of the painstaking parts of the applique process. Me plus flying geese is just like Tammy plus applique. Yeah. Well, you signed up. You're the one doing that. The 670 flying geese. How are we doing on that, by the way? I gotta ask. I've gotta ask. Because it is a lot of flying geese. Rita, if you were within a 5-mile radius of my house when I made a wall hanging. Oh! Oh. See, I will sew straight stitching and all of that for days while I put off doing applique. Rita says, oh wow, Ellen, that would be great. You guys are fantastic. A pack of wolves running through the forest under a full moon. Oh. See, applique is my nemesis just because they're boring to me. Flying birds are, well, they are, still flying. Okay. So they are not done. That's what I'm getting from that, is that they are not done. The spicy words were shameful. Yeah, mine will be muted. Nanette says she loves applique. I am glad people do love it. You know, there's a time and a place for it. So here's my deal. Here's my big deal about applique. And here's why I just don't find it relaxing or enjoying. I don't enjoy it. So with applique, I hate, personally, my quilts, not you, not your quilts, not the quilts I've seen at quilt shows, me, myself, and I hate the look of raw edge applique. So now on the quilt that I just found that has those stars, those are raw edge applique that I had to zigzag stitch around. Though there was 4 of them, and if there had been any more, I would have started using some special words. Just because I don't like doing that. Like I would program it in the embroidery software and set up the embroidery machine to do it for me instead of me sitting there doing it. Okay? That is the way that I feel about it, about raw edge applique. My Halloween Town quilt is raw edge applique, but it's all computer guided, embroidered, and all of that. So, that's fine. I just despise doing raw edge applique. Well, needle turn is typically done with a hand needle. Do I have the physical ability to do that? No, I don't. I don't have that ability. So the only way that I can do needle turn is to make it look like I did it needle turn and just stitched it in place with the machine. So I think that's why I don't like it, is because I don't get the look that I want out of applique without having to sacrifice something. Sacrifice my time or sacrifice my energy and sacrifice the look of it, or I have to sacrifice that, it's not exactly what I would like it to be. If that makes sense, I hope. Let's see, flying birds. Let's see. I love applique. Flying geese are boring. Oh, but it did come out nice. I sent it to my daughter who lives in Colorado. She loved it. Yay! Oh, so you're not a fan of rag quilts? Rag quilts are fine. Yeah, rag quilts is no big deal. Do I enjoy sitting there cutting them? No. Like, I actually have the rag quilt die for my AccuQuilt. And yes, I am constantly picking out extra threads from it. But rag quilts, they don't bother me. The look of them doesn't bother me. It is just that raw edge applique where you zigzag over it. And it's just that one layer of fabric fused to something. I think that's why, if I had not taken a class to do the Laura Heine Cora, the Common Owl quilts, it would still not be even in progress at this point. I would have like cut it off and just whatever. Yeah, absolutely, Laura. Laura says that she loves the look of rag quilt. See, I was supposed to be teaching a rag quilt class this past Saturday. I had cancellations on all of my students. I think it was a brother and sister supposed to be coming to take my class. So they canceled, but I will absolutely offer it again. Because yeah, rag quilts, yeah, they're okay. They're fun. They're not horrible. They're not the end of the world. It's just that raw edge applique where you zigzag everything down. There's so many techniques. I want to learn hand piecing, but not English paper piecing so much. Yeah, so I will do English paper piecing. I will do that hands down before I do hand piecing again. I have done hand piecing, and I just absolutely feel like it is just a waste of my time to sit there and hand stitch when I could just throw it through the machine and get such a clean stitch. So I struggle with stuff like that, if that makes sense. I've seen people do that too, Rita. It looks hard, is it? I had to change how to do applique due to no longer able to hand applique. I use the machine to do the sewing. If I do not want raw edges, I tuck under and use a blind stitch. You see, that's what I'm gonna have to do, is the blind stitch to do it. I just don't like the look of the blind stitch that much. And it's really hard to get it tiny enough to look like hand stitching. And yeah, it isn't hard. It isn't hard at all. When I do the McKenna Ryan, that's probably the way I'm going to go. But I think that's also the way I'm going to go on the Garden Gnome, because it's going to be probably well loved. Oh, fantastic. Ellen says she will probably try it at some point. So the way that I'm doing the Garden Gnome is I am tracing all of the applique onto freezer paper, and then I will attach the freezer paper to the back of my pieces, and then I will starch the daylights out of my fabric. And while it's wet, I will fold it back around to the back side. And of course I'll clip corners and clip curves and all of that to make it lay flat. But I'm going to starch the daylights out of it so it's going to hold and it's going to flip around, and the freezer paper is not harmed at all. Not that it would matter because I can throw it out once I'm done with it. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do the Garden Gnome, and probably how I'm going to do the McKenna Ryan one, I think too. I had to either say no more applique at all or say okay, do blind stitch, and at least it's better than saying nope, not going to do it, period. Yeah, there is that. There is definitely that. I mean, that's like on that other quilt, raw edge was the only way I could do those stars. And the stars were already fused onto a peel and stick kind of thing. Or it was not peel and stick, but it was peel and fuse. So maybe heat and bond or something. I don't know. I don't know what it was fused onto. But I didn't do it. It was just already done. So I decided to use that. And that was the only way I could do that, was doing it that way. I'm going to have to fix that. So we're going to put a clip on it so I find it. If you enjoy it, then you should adapt it for your own enjoyment. True. So I print on actual fabric with freezer paper attached to fabric and then put it through inkjet printer. Okay, so I wanted to do this while brother-in-law's here, and because of the air mattress going into the living room and blocking access to Mr. Siberian Wind's office. That also blocks access to the printer, which is in there. So can't really do that. This is another one of those stars from Star-Crossed Path. So guys, if you've not seen that quilt, my tutorial for Star-Crossed Path is on the channel. So if you want to look at that, you can. I do all of the stars, all of the blocks for that quilt, and walk you through the steps to assemble them. You'd have to get the pattern from Andrea, which is Mama J Enterprises. But you get some beautiful blocks to put together, and it works really well for a patriotic quilt. Changed due to health reasons. This change was not easy, just as changing from always hand sewing for years to using a regular sewing machine. See, my thing is, I have used a sewing machine for so many years that swapping to hand wouldn't be feasible for me now. Even if I had the physical strength to do hand sewing. And I don't. I really just, I don't. This would take me probably 5 to 8 hours to hand bind. Just stitching this to the back side of the quilt because I do use such tiny stitches. My hand stitching, I can stitch really, really tiny, but I also pull my stitches too tight sometimes. So, oh, we're on the last slide. Okay, let's see if I can get this in 8 minutes. Let's see if we can. That's also exactly why I have a wireless printer. I can even put it in a closet and use it. Okay, so mine is wireless. That is why it's all the way there and my computer is out here. However, we put it in Mr. Siberian Wind's office because he's the one using it more often than I am. And we also wanted to free up space. Did I hear my name? Yes. See? See your star? Your star is on here. I have got, this quilt is pieced from blocks that people sent in from all over the country. I was part of a patriotic block swap, and I didn't have enough blocks that looked good together to make an entire quilt, and I had taken those extra blocks off the Star-Crossed Path quilt to make it Quilt of Valor size. So I added them to this quilt. They are perfect for it. Andrea says, awesome. Yes, they are perfect for it. So, all right, 7 minutes, guys. Let me see if I can clip this, and then let's see if we can sew through in 6 minutes. Oh, no. Oh, no, my clipping is taking too long. Oh, my gosh. So not cool. I've been talking too much. It's all you guys' fault. I'm talking too much. No, I'm just kidding. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I should have gotten further on the other quilt before I started the live tonight. I had gotten about one side and a corner done on the other quilt before I started tonight. Oh, you're fine. Laura says she's back. Her husband had to change her IV bag. So tired of this. Can't wait to be finished with all of it. I bet. Being tied to anything, whether it's oxygen, IV, you name it, it's exhausting. I've never thought to put my printer in the closet. That would free up so much room in my sewing space. Thanks for the hint. Yes. Oh, you're so sweet, Pam. I think the guys are going to be mad at me, though. They're waiting for that 10 o'clock time. So we'll end very quickly as soon as I get this done. I'm just glad my nail polish is staying so pretty. I know, I'm thinking about random things, right? It's a little vain to think about my nail polish, but you guys know me. I am very, very particular about my nails and I like to feel like they're pretty. But yeah, so yeah, if your printer is wireless, you can put it wherever the heck you want, as long as you have power to it. As long as it can reach Wi-Fi and you have power, and it can go wherever you need it to go. So anytime I had to reset the internet, that was a challenge. The printer does not like the internet password being reset for any reason. I don't know why. Maybe it wants the password or something. Oh, Nightbot sent out a last minute. Don't forget the super chats, guys. I love it. I love Nightbot. Laura says, a team, I know you understand. We both have complicated medical conditions. It does go with the territory, doesn't it? I think one of my neighbors has seen me in the wheelchair frequently, and then of course they see me walking on days and times I can walk, and I think they've started questioning why I'm using a wheelchair some of the time, but they haven't said anything, which is nice. So we're almost there, guys. I can see the end. It's not on the table yet, but I can see the end. Aren't these pretty? And these have been hanging out, these 9 patches. The block swap that I participated in, I do not even remember how I signed up for that. It was so many years ago. Maybe it was on Facebook. I don't know for sure. But it was a nationwide block swap. So for every block you sent in, or if you sent in a stack of blocks, how many ever blocks you sent, you always sent 1 extra. So let's say you sent in 5 blocks, you would get 4 blocks back, and they'd be from whoever, they swapped you with. I was the only one. They actually sent me a message, and they're like, we didn't realize you were sending in this many blocks. So you may have a couple of blocks from some other people, and we are going to have to send you a few of your own back because we don't have enough people swapping to swap you that many times. I was like, okay, that's fine. And no, I don't remember which blocks were mine. I have no idea. But I sent, I think, 105 blocks in to get 104 back. I was trying to make Quilts of Valor for, I don't know, 4 or 5 people. Like I was trying to make for a whole bunch of people. And the first quilt that I ever gave Mr. Siberian Wind was from these block swap blocks. Now it is not the full size of a Quilt of Valor. It was smaller than that. But it was, all I could put together with it. Yeah, exactly. Laura says she didn't want to use a wheelchair yesterday at the quilt show, but she wouldn't have been able to walk it. Yeah. See, so the quilt show up that I'm going to in October, right before my birthday, isn't that big, but I will also struggle walking it. And guess what, guys? We have done it. My husband's amazing. He didn't mind pushing me around. That's awesome. That is so awesome. All right. Well, guess what? We had less than 1 minute to spare. And aside from me going back and fixing the few spots that I missed, this one is now bound as well. So we've got this one from Andrea's Quilts pattern. This one you guys wouldn't have seen because it wasn't close to the binding. This one right here. This one right here. And this one right here is also from there. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to get off of here, and I will see you guys Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And if you haven't petted some fabric lately, go pet some fabric. Go put some needle and thread to fabric. Get that serotonin boost. Get your dopamine hit. You deserve it. And enjoy your Labor Day holiday. And I will see you guys Tuesday night for